It's the Ace of Action. So I'm going to read this to you. This cherub is heralding a time of wonderful new opportunities related to your creativity, your career, or pursuing your dreams. This is a card of action. And if you've been procrastinating, it's time to really get busy. It's also a great time to start a new business. Have confidence in your abilities. Wow, fun. It's like throwing caution into the wind. Without a care in the world, just skipping along with your head in the clouds, enjoying every moment, living day by day, moment by moment, until you reach the edge of the cliff. So that's why it's called the Fool's Energy, the Fool's card, because it's fun while it lasts, but eventually you end up looking forward. Eventually, you take your head out of the clouds and you start to think about the future. Now, in a relationship, both parties this doesn't usually happen to at the same time. That's why it's called the Fool, because things end up falling apart a lot of times because one person's looking toward the future and the other one wants to stay in the energy of the Fool. So let's find out what they have to say about that energy here in your reading, Pisces, up here in your highest energy, the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, there's a fish in the cup. This can be a card for Pisces. So this, you're Pisces. Pisces might be in someone else's chart too around this reading. But this is like having half a cup of love. There's a fish in the cup. So it takes up half the room in that cup. This is the main energies in your reading. The Fool's energy and the Page of Cups. So I feel like the other person, love has not fully bloomed in this relationship, and you're trying to move forward, but it hasn't really fully developed. I have the Ace of Swords next to the Page of Cups and right above the Fool's energy. This is all about truth and clarity through conversation. Look at all that light. Truth and clarity can really pave the way for anyone to know what direction to go in. So I feel like you're coming out of the Fool's energy. You want to know the truth about where they are in this relationship. And then I see you standing here because you're contemplating moving forward. You're holding the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand. You're looking out over the world. There's the world there. You're just kind of gazing out there with this Two of Wands. And you're trying to figure out how you're moving forward. You know you want to move forward, but how are you going to be doing that? And that's where this Ace of Swords comes in seeking that truth and that clarity. I have the Four of Swords under the Page of Cups and next to the Fool. You spend time alone. You're soul searching. You are meditating or praying for answers, for truth. Look at all the swords. And you're trying to let these swords come to you in your quiet times. So you're really going in deep on trying to figure things out in this relationship. And on the other side, the Fool is the Knight of Pentacles, which is under the Two of Wands. So the Knight of Pentacles, this is the slowest moving energy in the whole deck. It's tediously slow. Look at that big pentacle, though, that horse is bringing in here. So it could take lifetimes for that pentacle to show up. It's that slow. Sometimes this card shows up because it's on the verge of showing up. But this is what you're wanting to know. You want to know if there is any room for commitment in this relationship. You want to know what they're thinking. You want to know if they're thinking about the future too. Well, things have been progressing slowly, if at all, okay? And you're just ready. You're ready to move forward. So you're not really on the same page as usual when the Fool's energy is here. I have the High Priestess under the Four of Swords and next to the Justice card over here. Well, the High Priestess, look at the moon. The moon is shining the light. It's like trying to tell you, go this way, follow this path. Follow your intuition to be on the right path, to moving forward in the right direction for you and your life. Pay attention to what your head and your heart and your gut, they come together. Pay attention while you're in this state of meditation. Pay attention Trust yourself. Believe in yourself, in what direction to go. That is advice from the universe. Really pay attention. I have the Justice card here next to the High Priestess and under the Fool. This is the card for Libra. Libra might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But the Justice card is it's self-justice. It's getting yourself balanced, balancing those scales, having that sword hanging down in front of you for self-protection, having the blindfold on, it's like blind justice. And so it's like, just following your intuition. That's going to bring you your self-justice. That's going to move you forward like you want to move forward from this Fool's energy. I have the Queen of Cups next to the Justice card and right under the Knight of Pentacles. This is water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. One of those is strong in your chart, but it could be strong in someone else's chart. The energy, that's what's most important. And what you're doing here is you're looking into that cup and you're trying to get answers to love questions. Your mind is all about, do they love me? How do they really feel about me? Well, you're going to find out because the Ace of Swords is right above the Fool's energy. You're really starting to look towards the future and you're really starting to wonder, how do they really feel about you? Oh, that's where your mind is at. Follow your intuition. Let it help guide you to asking the right questions. Take some time to yourself to meditate, pray, or just soul search, however you do it on your own. And think about the whole picture. I like these straight, or it bothers me. Okay, so I have the Three of Swords here next to the Two of Wands. Yeah, your heart is aching. Some of these swords that are coming to you it hurts you. It hurts your heart. And that's another reason you need the truth and the clarity, and another reason why you are thinking about moving forward. I just, they're only offering a half a cup of love. That's hurtful if you have a full cup of love. And I think you do with this Queen of Cups here, and you're really wondering, how do they feel about you? I have the Eight of Pentacles next to the Three of Swords. So this is, really putting your nose to the grindstone. This is wanting to work on a relationship and build pentacles, like in a partnership. But your heart, I feel like you feel that this person is not in this relationship like you are. And you're really wanting to work towards a committed long-term relationship. I have the Five of Cups next to the Eight of Pentacles. You're feeling disappointed here. You got your cups turned upside down in front of you, and look how disappointed. I mean, your head is hanging low, but there's two full cups right above you. This is the card for hope and love. Hope and love, even though it feels like there is no hope sometimes. And that's next to the Eight of Pentacles. So let's see where this is going. I have the Queen of Pentacles under the Three of Swords and next to the Knight of Pentacles. This is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Might be strong in someone's chart here. But the Queen of Pentacles, very mature-minded. All the cards are male or female. The Queens and Kings are very mature thinking. This is your energy. You have a pentacle. And you really do cherish the groundedness that you have. You would like to offer this, but you can't offer it unless they offer theirs. And so you're in this place where you're very disappointed, okay, in whoever this is that you're in the Fool's energy with. So I have Temperance, or the Two of Swords, sorry, skipped over one. I have the Two of Swords next to the Queen of Pentacles and right under the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, the moon is behind you again. You can't see the moon. It's trying to shine a path on a path forward in the darkness. You have your arms across your heart. You're really trying to protect your heart. You have your swords up for self-protection. So, I feel like you haven't really dealt with this. I think you kind of tried to let things happen naturally, but they weren't happening. And so that's why you're feeling so heartbroken. The Two of Swords, you just really kind of like, you didn't want to really deal with it, because if you did, your heart would be broken. But, it doesn't make a difference. The path is being shown right behind you on how to find your path forward. Your heart is broken, and, follow your intuition. Ask the questions you need to ask in order to know how to move forward. Your guardian angels and spirit guides are right next to the Two of Swords and right under the Five of Cups. So with Temperance here, this is the card for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But your guardian angels are working really hard. Their job is to help you be tempered. They want you to be balanced. They want you to be secure, stable. They want you to be patient, grounded. So they're doing their job. And they work very, very, excuse that truck going by. They're working very, very hard at it. And they're really helping you. They're trying to help you get balance from this Five of Cups type energy. All is not lost. There's love out there for you. And I'm just going to keep reading. Let's see where this goes. I have the Magician under the Queen of Pentacles and next to the Queen of Cups. So the Magician, wow. Follow your intuition. There's the infinity symbol once again in your reading. You have all the tools to manifest just what it is you want. You want a committed, loving, long-lasting relationship? You can have that. You can manifest that. You have the power. So follow your intuition so that you can manifest exactly what you want. And guess what's happening? It's like you figure it out, okay? And this Ace of Swords is key. It's like a key to moving forward and finding your fresh start, your new beginning. Lots of love, lots of joy. Wow. So Temperance is here, and they're trying to help you be patient. They're trying to help you be grounded. And this fresh start, new beginning is coming in. This can be the card for Leo. I'm going to throw that out there. But this is under the Two of Swords. So you were blocking, like I said, from having a discussion with them about how they feel, because that's what's on your mind. If they feel the same, because you didn't want this fresh start, new beginning with lots of love and joy to go away. You're just hoping it would happen, and you didn't want to jinx it, like in some way, by asking for truth. But you do ask for the truth. I have the Knight of Swords right under Temperance. So Temperance is go forth, seek the truth, seek the clarity, take action, but stay balanced. Stay grounded and use your patience in this. So, just be calm and cool about this whole situation when you do approach them with this Ace of Swords. Because you're going to, as far as this reading goes. And it's going to be like, do you want to stay together or do you want to break up? Because I need to move forward one way or another. And I need to know how you feel about me. This is what's holding you back. This is, coming out of that Fool's energy. You don't want this Tower moment. It looks like there might be a Tower moment, but then again, it's being contradicted by the Sun, because you can manifest just exactly what you want in your life. So I want to clarify, and I don't usually do that on a general reading, the Tower. Let's clarify the Tower card, please. Ooh, the Empress. The Empress is the card for Libra or Taurus, but the energy is you deserve good things. You're a beautiful person. You need to make them know that you realize that, okay? You're kind and thoughtful and loving and generous and respectful. If you're a parent, you're a really good parent. You're a catch, all right? So you need to make them realize that, and I think that's what you're trying to do here. On the Tower, please. Oh, and here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. It's the Lovers. Yes, this is a soulmate connection. This is a strong soulmate connection. This is the card for Gemini, by the way. But there's like an undeniable connection between the two of you. And this is basically what your question is. Do you feel the same about me that I feel about you? And the answer is yes. You've been so afraid to ask that question. You've been so afraid to deal with that. And you kept thinking that you're going to get the wrong answer. But they do. Even though it doesn't feel like it. But nobody's put any cards on the table. That was a pun. As far as the relationship goes. Somebody's got to start this conversation. Follow your intuition. And it looks like You're the one that needs to start this conversation. So I do feel like they have more feelings for you than what they've been presenting. So, wow. I don't think this tower is going to happen. These two cards are very powerful here. They like, they're like, no, stop worrying about the tower moment. Just go forth. Put your sword up. Speak your truth. Ask for the truth, and you will have love. You will have joy and a fresh new start and a new beginning.